So after several years of marriage, Mary J. Blige and her husband are getting divorced. Now, you know Mary worked hard for her money. And of sleepless nights, she sing the song and say, no more drama. Huh? Not quite Mary, drama them because guess what happened? Mary husband come for half of all her earnings. Now, I don't know that Mary is in a duo, because Mary one me sip on the stage, I sweat out her throat and I sing and all these things. But hey, her husband is now coming to get half of her fortune. Now, there are a lot of persons who will say, well, they've been married and that's what it is. He probably earns less than she does and therefore he's entitled to half. Because on the flip side, the women get half. But you see why I say you must sign a prenup? You need to listen to me. So let us tell it to you again. Let me tell you one more time why you need to sign a prenup. Now, a lot of women are very opposed to signing a prenup because they're saying, well, if I'm going to talk about prenups and these things, I'm actually entertaining ending our marriage and I don't intend for our marriage to end. So why would I even do that? Listen, signing a prenup is just making a plan. It's simply putting something in place just in case. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just responsible behavior. Now, when you sign a prenup, first of all, you have to sit with each other and you have to put your financial cards on the table. You are literally forcing your partner to tell you where they are financially. Don't you want to know that? Don't you want to know if the person that you're getting married to have a $5 million debt in the back? Remember, when you actually sign the document, when you're married to them, you're responsible for 50% or whatever debt them have. So if them owe somebody $5 million, don't you want to know that? Furthermore, what a prenup does is also forces you to plan for the future. Suppose them want 10 penny and you only plan to have one. That is a very big difference. Now you need to work that out. You need to know how you're going to feed all of those 10 children. Or if you need to change the number from 10 to something closer to the 1. What it also makes you do is to figure out exactly how would you treat the assets that you ascertained before you got into a relationship with this person. They didn't help you to get them. They're not entitled to them. So why do they automatically qualify to get half of them? So this is a very important conversation that needs to be had. But a lot of people are afraid to have it because they say, I don't want to entertain these kind of things before I get married. And then they put themselves in a position where when the love finish, when they're no longer in love with each other, and a lot of petty things come up, and some people are just trying to be spiteful, they take advantage of the fact that there wasn't a prenup to begin with. However, if you put a prenup in place, you see when the love done, the prenup sort out the details. So all you have to do is to refer to the contract, don't it? You need to take it into consideration. I know a lot of you disagree with me because you're in love now, but it's just sound financial planning. Get a prenup. I mean, you might not have a fortune right now, but what happens when you work so hard to acquire your fortune and somebody comes in your life and really didn't do anything to add to that, and they automatically get half? In a real life, I don't think so. So stop thinking so negatively about a prenup. I think there's a lot of merit to signing one, and I think you should definitely do it. It forces you to have a lot of these conversations that must be had before you get married. Because after you get married, it's too late. The damage is already done. They're already entitled to 50% of your assets or your liabilities. Because remember, it's not just about what you bring into the table. It's also about what you don't have to bring to the table. Think about it.